What is up, team? Welcome to today's breakdown. I am Brandon from Go Headquarters, and let's get you guys moving. So on the agenda today, we have some rear foot elevated split squats for strength, and then we've got a fun metcon consisting of some front squats and shoulder to overhead. So let's get some body parts moving and ready. Let's kick it off with 3 rounds of 10 total Frankenstein kicks. So you could do these moving, but I like to hold my arms up, shoulder height, straight out in front of me, and then kick the opposite hand, right? So my left leg is kicking my right hand and vice versa. So I'm gonna do 10 total of those, 5 each way. Then we're gonna do 5 per side hip circles. Now you may need something to balance on. I like working on my balance. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna pick my knee up to the front, rotate it out to the side, and then set it down. And that is gonna be 1 hip circle for today's purposes. So I'm gonna do 5 on my right, and then of course 5 on my left, just trying to get that hip joint open. And then we're gonna do 8 steps forward, 8 steps backward, walking in our duck walk. So coming down into the bottom of the squat. So my feet are about shoulder width apart, toes are turned out slightly, knees are out, chest is up. Now what I'm gonna try to do is keep my feet as flat as possible while I do my 8 forward steps, and still as flat as possible while I do my 8 backward steps. So what I'd like you guys to avoid is rolling up to this position right here where we're just kind of rolling onto the ball of that foot. That's part of the reason why I like the backwards duck walk, is that it puts everybody on their heels. So 3 rounds, 10 Frankenstein kicks, 5 per side hip circles, and then 8 steps forward, 8 steps backwards in your duck walk. Then let's mobilize just a bit. So we've got a little flow here going. I want you to do 1 round of this on each side. So you're actually gonna go through this cycle twice, but 1 cycle is on the right side, 1 cycle is on the left side. Let's get to it. So we're gonna start with a COBRA down dog. So COBRA, we lay down on your chest. We're gonna squeeze your elbows in by your ribs, hands are outside the chest. And we're gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Hang out here for a moment or 2, just extending the spine. Then I like to come back down, do a push-up. So now my feet are hip width apart, hands are shoulder width apart. I'm gonna extend into down dog. So I'm trying to let my hips go up, heels go down. I'm pressing hard through the legs, or through the arms, excuse me. Big stretch on the backs of the legs, right? So from down dog, we're gonna do extended leg down dog. So I'm gonna pick up my right leg and extend that. Hopefully it's kind of in line with my spine. Hold there for a second. And now that right leg is gonna come up and step, boom, outside my right hand into lizard. And I'm gonna hang out in lizard for a little while. Then I can step back and then start over on the other side. So COBRA, down dog, now I need to do extended left leg and then step into left side lizard and hang out there for a while. So basically go through that flow once on the right and then once on the left. If you feel like you like the flow and you want to do more reps, by all means, guys. Get warm, get loose, get limber. Then we're gonna go into our strength phase. So for strength today, we need some sort of bench or box or lawn chair or what have you for our rear foot. It could be an ottoman, it could be the couch, whatever you've got, as long as it's safe and stable. So our goal is to put our rear foot elevated up on that platform. So I've just got my kind of my laces edge on the edge of that object. Don't go too deep where your shin is going to contact the object. The left leg in this case is my working leg. So, and you guys can warm up as needed, but I do want you carrying some heavy weights, whether it's dumbbells, a kettlebell, a bar, whatever it is. So my front leg is staying flat on the floor. That heel is down. I am descending into a nice low lunge. So I can, at this height, tap my knee to the ground. So that's obviously as low as I can get, but I'm keeping my chest up nice and tall. So I'm gonna do all 12 repetitions on this leg and then switch legs and do 12 on the other side. And that represents 1 round of rear foot elevated split squats. Now for every round of that we do, so right, left, meaning one round, we're gonna grab some dumbbells. We're gonna do 10 side raises or lateral raises. So these are to warm up our shoulders because we have shoulder to overhead movements going later. I am not worried about side raises being heavy or taxing you. Now, fellas, I know you like to get all pumped on the upper body and you're more inclined to go heavy there. Cool, but if your side raise weight is exceeding your split squat weight, there's a problem. So, mainly looking at the side raises as a warm-up for later, but I definitely want our emphasis on the split squats here. So 4 rounds, 12 per leg split squats, plus 10 side raises. Then we move on to the Metcon. So this should be a fun one. All we need here, again, is a set of dumbbells. You could absolutely do this workout with a barbell as well. You're just gonna have to pick a load. So ideally, we are going to use the same load for both implements today, for both moves. So we've got 7 rounds for time. You're going to do 10 front squats and 10 shoulder to overhead. So let's take a look at this front squat. In this case, I've got a pair of dumbbells. I'm basically going to rack these on my shoulder. My elbows are slightly forward of the dumbbells. So if my elbows are back here, these things are going to want to fall off of me like a bicep curl. So we want to get those elbows forward to stay underneath them nicely. That way they stay shelved. So then my feet, my heels are about shoulder width apart, hips back and down, knees out, chest up. As always, I go below parallel and then stand all the way up. So that's going to be our front squat today. So I'm going to do 10 of those, immediately followed by 10 shoulder to overhead. Now, here's the deal, guys. I'm using the term shoulder to overhead because I want to give you the options for 3 different versions. So right now I'm doing a strict press. My legs aren't moving. I could also do a push press where I dip, drive, and press the weights overhead. That gives my shoulders a little assist. And you could also do a push jerk where you're dipping back under it to receive it, and then you use your legs to stand it back up. Now, the reason I'm giving you the option for shoulder to overhead is because everyone at home right now has different loading options. You might be on the heavy side. You can maybe front squat it, but you can't continue to strict press it all day long. You're just gonna get worn out to do 7 rounds of 10 in this case. So I wanna give you the autonomy to choose that push press or push jerk if you need it. Now, if you have a lighter set of dumbbells and you know you can strict press it for all 7 rounds of 10, that's maybe the way to go because that is the harder version. So make sure you're picking the correct version of shoulder overhead for you today for this Metcon, right? So that wraps it up anyway. 7 rounds, as fast as you can, 10 front squats, 10 shoulder to overhead, and then recover and hit that foam roller and that proper nutrition. Have a great day, guys. Hope you hit this workout hard. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.